What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys. And today we're just giving you a quick overview of the brand new P365 Flux. All right, y'all, so I've been waiting to get this in hand for quite some time, ever since I initially saw it back, I want to say in June, during SIG Next, and I have shot something previously very similar to it, but this one in particular, I definitely was excited for. If you can read on the label here, it says P365 Flux. Now, the Flux has been out for the P320 and the P365 for a little while now, but more so like as the chassis system that you got to get from Flux, and then you got to get the P320 chassis to then put in and then get a slide and kind of pretty much put it all together. Then they dropped the SIG Flux Legion last year for SIG Next, and then this year they did the same thing but for the P365. P365 has been a gun I've been carrying for a couple of years now, and I really like it. So to turn it into a PDW like this, I was extremely excited for. So yeah, guys, we got in the P365 Flux. Now, this particular one is called the BRX3 RXSL. Now, that's a lot of reading, but this is pretty much the actual Flux that will be available coming from SIG. And what I mean by that is what you see here is what you get. And there's actually a lot just off the rip. So there's two different models. We are clear. There's two different models. This is this particular model, and then of course there is a TAC model that we'll talk about as well. And there's not that much of a difference between the two, but it's worth noting. Now, this one comes standard with two 17-round magazines, and then you have, of course, a 25-round magazine as well. So YouTube, we didn't say the word 30, so don't you try to do anything weird with that. But you can see here, obviously, that thing is a big boy extendo. Let me see. Does it look better this way? Nah, I think I like it the other way around. Very nice and dandy. Now, this is the first time SIG has dropped a 25-rounder, because we do have a 21-rounder here that came alongside with the fuse that you could, also run as well. But as you can see, there's a big time extension done on that 25-rounder compared to that 21. All right. Doing a lot of moving around. Let's get straight into the meat and potatoes on this. So what you have here today is your P365 in the Flux chassis system. The Flux chassis system is your standard Flux chassis system. This is not, though, like before with the other version being a Legion. This is a standard Flux. However, it does come, as you can see, with optics straight out of the gate. And that is one of the big time things. Even the Flux before for the P320 did not feature it, but it comes with the Romeo X, and the Romeo X has definitely been one of my, I would say, recent favorite, just real nice budget, but also durable optics coming out of SIG. And with SIG's warranty, that is a lifetime warranty, you really can't beat that, because this thing, it's not gonna go out on you, but if it ever does, you know you have a warranty always covered. This is also modeled after the M18 Romeo, the Romeo 18, which I think is like a $600 optic that is being utilized by the Army, and it's a very durable optic as well. And they utilized that and kind of brought this to the commercial market so that you get that good reliability, but a very nice affordable price. So we have here the RSL, and then there's a TAC kit version. In the TAC kit version, pretty much, you're going to get, instead of the two 17-round magazines, you're going to get three 17-round magazines and then 125 as you have here. So it's pretty much the same. Now, probably something you've been waiting to see. Let's deploy this bad boy. Woo! So there you go. You have here a brace, and the brace itself is very nice with a really nice cheek weld that goes right there, and you are right on target with this. This thing is extremely light. Even though it seems like it's a lot going on, it is not something bulky. There are actual holsters for this particular setup, and it's easy to put it right back in place. So there's a holster out there that you can actually wear inside the waistband, and when you deploy it, it just automatically shoots out and is ready to go. Now, one of my biggest fears for the Flux in general, specifically the P320 Flux compared to this one, was that on the P320 Flux, the barrel did not go past the actual chassis. Like, the barrel was back here and the chassis ended up here. So when I was holding it, I always had a fear of shooting my thumb off or something like that, right? Well, when it comes to the P320, as you can see, they put a shroud or a little like over the top shroud on here to cover the barrel. But the barrel, even though the slide is back here, the barrel is all the way to the very tip, and it is flush with this system. So technically, if I want to, I can utilize this front area right here, hold on to it. If I want to go over top, on the side, I can do whatever and never worry about any sort of issue occurring right here, because all right here, there is actual barrel. It's not just open space. So that is something I definitely like and I'm very happy about. And on the top portion, I actually see that there's like a little groove right here that seems to be aligned alongside with the actual front sight of this slide. And this is giving me the idea that maybe you can run a longer slide if you choose and run it all the way up to this point right here. Now, of course, with this particular setup, you're not going to probably be able to run it suppressed unless you can get yourself, I guess, a certain barrel that's threaded and then the muzzle sticks out ever so slightly. Then you can thread it on the tip there and it slightly sticks out. But even then, you're gonna have to deal with the situation of the barrel tilting up when you shoot it within this little mechanism. So I don't know if that's gonna cause an issue or not. I just know that I'm trying to it was like a little tough right there. As far as the gun itself, you guys know how the P365 is. It's a very nice slim weight gun with a nice capacity just out the gate as a gun. And with it being a chassis system, you having a brace, having a longer slide, a longer barrel, you're gonna have improvements in stability when you go out to shoot this. Faster target acquisition, and overall, even with the brace, it's a still small footprint and nice to go when wanting to utilize it. You pretty much can pull a little PCC right out of your pocket. And that could be something that's ideal for, home defense, CQB, something to shoot at the range, but still have a very good overall high capacity with 25 rounds right there. And then you have an additional set if you need to go. Now, this is just an overview, my thoughts and opinions out the gate. I've seen plenty of videos about this setup already, and I've only heard really good things about this particular setup. We're gonna take it out to the range, do a full-on in-depth review on this as well. So stay tuned and do not worry. We'll go over even more items like the optic itself, the slide. Now the slide, it seems to be a pretty standard P365 slide. Looks a lot like what I had on my X Macro, but more like the, what do you call it, the TAC Ops. I think more so like that. Now some of the specs that we're gonna read off here. The sight radius is 5.6 inches. You got a nitron finish on the stainless steel slide. Picatinny or accessory is a 19 by 13 Picatinny, no threaded barrel. With that Picatinny on the bottom, you of course can support your standard lights or whatever you want to run. The barrel is 6 inches and is integrated with this muzzle shroud as we stated. And with the 21 rounds and the 17 rounds, you're looking at about 38 rounds just right out the gate. Now, if you want to go with the 21 and 25 or 225s, you really can have as much fun as you would like. But YouTube, that's just together, not separate. Remember, none of these magazines are over 30 rounds. The overall length is 19.12 inches. The width with it deployed, as you can see right here, 1.34 inches. And then when it folded, come on, baby, damn, it is then 1.52 inches with width. Height is 7.75, and it says the weight is 49.2 ounces, and that's just with one mag. It's kind of hard to tell though with which mag, but this is just some of the specs that is given to me, and I'm reading them for you guys off the sheet. Now the chassis system is built from a polymer chassis system alongside with a polymer grip module. And if you actually have the P320 Flux, there's a lot of similarities off this model compared to that one. Now, one of the main differences, of course, though, is the brace, or if you had the stock, which on the P320's version, you press the button and the stock shoots out via the back. This version, it's folded. There's a little deploy button right there you press, and that thing flips wide open. Now, this version is the brace, of course. And the magazines work pretty much the same exact way, which you have on this version right here. Press a button and you're able to let that one go. Then there's a button underneath here. You press that button and you're able to get that one to go. And I want to add this in because I actually forgot about this. Now, when it comes to the magazine release, there's a button right here that you can press to release just one. And as I stated before, one that will release just right here. However, this same exact button, when depressed all the way down, it releases both magazines. As stated before, it features the Romeo X, which I've ran on several different optics, and this is an enclosed optic as well. So it's very nice and very durable. And overall, man, a very nice setup that I'm looking forward to trying out and giving you guys a honest thoughts and opinions on this in the near future. Literally, we're gonna take it out like this weekend and shoot it and get back to you guys and girls out there with my thoughts leading in to next week. But overall, can't really complain, man. This thing is nice, it's compact, even though it's really close up, it is not super cramped. I felt even more cramped with the copperhead than this. This one just feels a little natural overall in the way that the overall brace is set up with the cheek weld. I don't feel like I'm actually shooting a pistol. And then this little shroud, I love it. I like it a lot. It's very nice and I feel safe with this. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. And this is the P365 Flux by SIG. Peace.